Today we'll talk about how Trevor made Michael a better person. Now I know this may sound a bit weird and crazy to be honest, but let me break this down one by one and look at all of the times that Trevor was the one to, ironically enough, try to talk some sense into Michael. Firstly, upon their reunion during the mission Fame or Shame, Trevor points out to Michael how he seems like he doesn't give a single shit about his kids and calls him selfish, which as you'll notice is a common theme with this video and Michael as a character in general. Michael had no idea that Tracy was even at the audition for Fame or Shame, and so Trevor didn't even trust Michael to take care of his own kids. And even after the shit show in the venue, he calls out Michael for doing pretty much nothing to Laszlo. The next instance is during their big argument that takes place just before the Politos score, and here the two are in their usual fashion going on and on at each other. However, a sentence that always sticks out to me is when Michael screams, "I miss my family," and Trevor goes, "Oh, you're full of shit. All you ever did was ignore them, and now that they're gone, you miss them." And as messed up as this accusation sounds, it is 110% true. Don't get me wrong, Michael's family are absolute degenerates, but he didn't make much of an effort himself to make the situation better. He just avoided the problem like it was never there. Also, real quick, if you're enjoying this video right now, please leave a like on it and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. And also check out my second channel, that's where I do some Kingdom Hearts content. Next up is my absolute favorite instance of this, and I say that because it's the first time that what Trevor is saying actually for once sticks with Michael, and that's of course in the scene where Michael and Trevor are talking about how Trevor's too crazy, that he kills people all the time. Basically, Michael's saying that he has no remorse for the shit he does. And while that is not a lie necessarily, Trevor then points out that Michael thinks he is a better person just because he feels guilty about the stuff that he does. Up until this point, and even later in the game, Michael considered himself more normal compared to Trevor. And here Trevor again lays out the truth, and that's that despite Michael feeling bad about some of his actions, when you do compare the two, Michael is still not a better person than Trevor. They both rob and kill people at the end of the day. In that same scene, we get yet another glimpse of Trevor pointing out Michael's selfishness. Who would have thought it? Basically what happens is Trevor calls Franklin for help with the O'Neill brothers, and Michael, upon hearing this, loses his shit, says, "What the fuck are you doing here? Calling into Los Santos, you're inviting Franklin over here, will be found and killed by Martin Madrazo." But then Trevor says that this is typical behavior for him, and that instead of even asking what Franklin's helping him with or what kind of trouble he's in, he just instantly can't help but think about himself. And this is one of my favorite moments in the entire game, because it finally sinks in for Michael, and he even apologizes for being a selfish dickhead. So what all this comes down to is the fact that Trevor pointed out Michael's selfishness to him and simply tried to show him that no matter what he says, he is not the good guy that he says he is to himself in his own head. Trevor, ironically enough, makes Michael a bit more self-aware, and even though most times it doesn't really work that well, in that last instance that we discussed, we clearly see that Michael did for once understand what Trevor was trying to make him realize. With that said, I want to thank you for watching this video. Leave your thoughts and opinions on this topic in the comments down below. Until the next video stream, bye bye.